Leader of the UKIP group, Caroline Jones.
Diolch Llywydd. First Minister, last week the Police and Crime Commissioner for North Wales was appointed to the National Criminal Justice Board and has vowed to fight to have policing devolve to Wales, saying that the time was right and that the policy was supported by all police and crime commissioners in Wales. So do you support this stance taken by your two police and crime commissioners? And what sort of timescale would you envisage to have policing devolve to Wales? And do the actions of Labour's PCCs undermine your Commission on Justice for Wales?
First of all, could I welcome her to her new role as leader of UKIP? It is true to say that all four police and crime commissioners, both Labour and Plaid Cymru, are in favour of the devolution of policing. And that is something that I have supported for many, many years. Of course, this will form an important part of what the Thomas Commission has to look at. I believe it's always been the case that it makes little sense for policing not to be devolved. Now every other emergency service is. And, well, this comes as news to Plaid Cymru. They should read the news of the past few years, shouldn't they? They will then find out. But it is the case.
Allow the First Minister to answer the question, please.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? We get accused of shouting, and then we get that from the chamber. There we are. I don't mind a bit of life in the chamber. That's something that adds to its character. But it is. The answer is yes. I do support the devolution of policing, and I know all four police and crime commissioners do.
Thank you for your answer, First Minister. Since their creation, the Police and Crime Commissioner's budget has skyrocketed. The Labour PCC for South Wales, indeed, has a budget of 1.3 million and 28 staff plus a Deputy Commissioner. So this has meant an increase of 40% in the budget and double the amount of staff. Yet, in the last 3 years, there has been a 33% increase in violent crime in South Wales Police Force. So, should you get your wish and policing is devolved, will the Welsh Government abolish the role of police and crime commissioners, which divert resources away from frontline policing?
Well, it's right to say that if policing was devolved, it would be a matter then for this place to decide whether or not to keep police and crime commissioners. That is a judgment that would have to be taken when, rather than if, I trust policing is devolved.
Thank you. The role of the Police and Crime Commissioner was meant to bring local accountability to the police service. However, the majority of the Welsh public appear to be disengaged at the polling booths, and the figures are barely in double figures when people vote for Police and Crime Commissioners. So there are elections in less than 2 years. So what can be done to increase participation and engagement with PCCs in Wales? And do you think that the role should be overhauled to remove sort of party politics and giving more of a voice to community leaders rather than politicians?
Well, these are matters for the UK Government, given the fact that PCCs are not devolved.
If it was devolved.
So it's a matter for them to examine how best to increase turnout for police and crime commissioners and the elections that are held for those positions. But my position is very clear. I think it should be for this Assembly, Parliament, as it soon will be, I trust, to take the decision as to what sort of structure should exist in terms of the oversight of the police.
Question 3.